Hey everyone, so in the following video we'll go through the process of how to create a blog post. We'll talk about some of the new features we've added, and then we'll also talk about some of the blog post settings that you have with the Rebecca template. So first of all, we'll start off by creating a new blog post, and we'll add our blog post title as Caleb and Katie, just like that, and then we'll add some text above and below our blog post title. So this will be um, Four Seasons Hotel. Our location is Atlanta, Georgia. There we go, and then we'll add some images to our post. And I already have some images that I've uploaded to my media library previously. We'll click on Insert into Post. Images are added. We'll then select our category as weddings. We can then add some tags. We've added this cool feature with a decoration image, which will show you where it comes up just right after we publish this post. So I have a decoration image already added. We'll click on Insert into Post. Then we can select a right or left hand sidebar for our blog post. If we select any right or left hand sidebar, we have the ability to select a specific sidebar. You can create and add multiple sidebars as well. So we actually have a separate video on the sidebar. So let me just leave this as full width for now, and then we'll select a featured image that will serve as a preview image for our post. So for the preview image, I'll just go ahead and select this one over here. We'll click on Set Featured Image, and at this point, we're pretty much ready to go ahead and publish our post. So let's go ahead and click on Publish. All right, let's go here and refresh our main blog page. And here we have the new blog post I've just created. We have our little decoration image. We have Four Seasons Hotel, Caleb and Katie, location Atlanta, Georgia. If we click on the actual blog post, we can view every single image, all of our content, etc. And then we have this little decoration image as well. So yeah, this is how you create and add blog posts in a nutshell. We also have several other settings that we're going to talk about right now. And to access these settings, they are located within the flow theme area. Go over to layouts, and here you have the settings that you can play around with. So first of all, we can determine the width of our blog posts. Currently, by default, it is set to 700 pixels wide. At this point, I'll change it to 1000 pixels. And I'll scroll down and click on Update Settings. We'll go back here, refresh our blog post. And here we have the images at 1000 pixels. All right, we then have the ability to select whether or not we want to have a sidebar already added by default to every single blog post. And you can just scroll down to Single Post Settings, just right over here, and then we can add, once again, a right or left hand sidebar, and then select the sidebar we want to add. Though this setting will add a sidebar to every single blog post by default. If you're not sure that you want to have a sidebar for every single blog post, it's best to leave it as just blank, or have a full width blog page, and then you can then decide whether or not you want to add a specific sidebar to your blog post. All right, so yeah, these are all of the settings within the layout options. Next off, if we go back to our settings within post settings within the theme options, we have some other options. First of all, we have the ability to enable or disable our decoration images, and this applies for blog posts, galleries, and every single page individually. We then have general post settings. For the general post settings, here you have the ability to display or to not display similar blog posts at the bottom of the page. So if we just scroll down, here we have related blog posts, and currently they are determined by their category. We can add same tags, for example, or if you want to disable that option, just simply click on no, and that option will be disabled. All right, and then we also have the ability to choose how we want to display our blog post layout. So currently we have just this full width page as seen here with the title and subtitles in the middle. But then we also have this option where we have the title and the subtitle on the left hand side. Scrolling further down, we have the ability to choose how we want to display our next and previous blog post. So here I have blog post title 12, which is my previous post, and then over here, if we go to another blog post, for example, blog post title 12, we'll have Caleb and Katie, and then we have our other post here. Okay, so yeah, with this option, you'll just have small thumbnails on the sides, just right over here on the sides of the page to navigate between the blog posts. Next off, we also have the ability to, to show or to adjust the distance, the white space between our images. So let's just go ahead and put it at 20 pixels so it'll be visible. And at this point, before we jump into these details, we'll just go ahead and click on Update Settings. We'll go here to our main blog post. We'll refresh this page. And as you see here, we have our sidebar or our title on the left-hand side. We have all of these other details. Scrolling further down, we can see that we have the gap between the images at 20 pixels versus 5 pixels. Alright, so let me just revert back to this setting real quick because I like it better. And next off, further down here we have the options to enable or disable social media sharing for this post. We can auto set featured images. We can then also select whether or not we want to display a featured image on our blog post. So if we click on yes, and we just scroll down and click on Update Settings, we'll refresh this page once again, go to the very top, you'll see that we have this featured image, which this image is the same as the preview image on our main blog page. Alright, so if you want to enable or disable that option, you can always do so. Next off, we have the option to showcase meta entry or metadata information. The meta information is just this published date and then who published, the author of the blog post, etc. So you can choose whether or not you want to display that. Next off, we have use human time or real time. This is pretty much for the published date only. So currently, as you see here, we just published this blog post. It says November 7th, 2014. If we switch over to use human time or real time, we'll click on yes, we'll update our settings. You'll see that we have the blog published 6 minutes ago. Alright, so yeah, those are just some settings you can play around with. And then finally we have our social media Facebook comments settings. So, and then you can enable or disable social media sharing for a specific blog page, etc. Though down below here we have several other options for our videos, galleries, etc. for general page settings. But currently most of the blog post settings are within this post settings area. So play around with these, see which one works and fits best for you. But I do hope this video helps, and if you have any questions at all, feel free to let us know. Thank you.